Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. You're going to have a great time in the next few minutes hearing from really good strategies from some CEOs and entrepreneurs in Arkansas on the Shrimp Tank, where we teach you how to go from a shrimp to a shark in the business world. Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank. I'm your host Rich Jensen along with my co-host David Sims, and our guest today was Drew Spurgers, which rhymes with burgers. I got that one right, of Kangabloo. We had a lot of fun talking about his business and also about UCA. Drew is a UCA alum, came through their business school, their MBA, and everything else. And so with Dr. Hargis and Dr. Standard, you've been on here numerous times. With their recommendation, we pulled the ripcord and had you in. So thanks so much for coming. Hey, if you want to catch the entire podcast, you can go to shrimptankpodcast.com/Arkansas. Listen to everything, all the good tidbits there. If you're an entrepreneur, Drew has done very, very well starting a business from scratch. I encourage you to go and listen. You'll get some really good information there. So, David, I think you wanted to...
Yeah, it's been a great show. I really encourage you to listen to the whole thing. We're not going to ask the question on this video wrap-up, but he had an answer about managing millennials and iGen folks, and it's really good insight, something that he didn't learn in the classroom. So I encourage you to listen to the whole podcast. But my first question for you, Drew, is you talked about your best class at UCA in the MBA program. Share with our viewers what that one was and why.
Yeah, so hard to narrow down, but one of my favorites was definitely the managerial accounting class that I took because it was focused less on financial accounting and more on actually leveraging financial statements to make decisions in your business. And so I've dealt a lot with liquidity ratios and things like that, and these are things that I would not have learned or ever probably used had I not gone and done the MBA. But that was really beneficial for me because I've learned how to read some of that and see how I could make decisions for my business, but also how someone else would if I was interested in financing or something like that.
Yeah, you had some classes that you just absolutely love, like HR and this, but that was one that was painful, but it was good pain.
It was.
And it's probably helped you save a lot of cash, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's funny. We had Kevin Williams as a former NFL player, and he said his least favorite coach was Leary, which he also said was the one who pushed him the most. And so he didn't like him because he was always pushing him. So sometimes that's where we learn our best.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Hey, you also used the phrase, or you talked about when we started, no job is too small was in kind of your marketing stuff. And you've since redefined that. So talk about that progression and how you have to redefine yourself as you go.
In the same way that as we grow up, we learn who we are as people, I think you do that with businesses as well. And there's a living, breathing organism piece to it. And as we've grown, we've found things that we know that we really love doing and people that we love doing those things for. And then we've also found the opposite of things that we don't like doing or things that people that we don't want to work with. And so we've kind of eradicated that language of nothing being too small and instead focused more on doing the things that we're really good at, that we really like.
And I think you mentioned you're going to be rebranding, and your tagline is now going to be, some jobs are too small.
or your job is too small.
Please go away.
Rejection email. Your job is too small.
Oh, did we mention he's in a marketing firm?
Right.
Yeah. The other one of the things that you shared on there was really, really good about how you kind of determine whether to take on a client or a project for a client. It was really, really good what you shared about it. It really kind of gets to the heart of the matter and helps guide your firm. Share that with our viewers, what that word was and how you came to that.
And there's actually a piece of that I left out earlier that I'll mention as well. So one of the things that we ask is, are we able to delight in this? And what we mean is, when we do this project, is it something that we feel like we can either hit or exceed the customer's expectations to where they have a great experience and they come back? When they don't, it's painful for us, it's painful for them, it's a lose-lose. If we can delight in it and it's something that they'll be pleased with, then we get to enjoy what we're actually doing. We know that they'll enjoy the process and the work and come back for more. And this last year we kind of honed that down into what makes those great projects so good, what makes them delightful. And we found, through using our own core values, really, we found that we need to be able to be creative. We don't want someone to tell us exactly what to do. We need to be able to have some creativity in there. We need to be able to innovate, to do something that hasn't been done before. We've got to have good communication, people that are not quick on communication are not good clients for us. We get frustrated, things stall. Marketing is number one. It's very rarely number one on someone's priority list. And so we know that if they're not going to communicate well, that we're going to have trouble getting stuff done, and it's going to feel really painful. And so we've kind of used each of those things to know.
That is a good clarification that you didn't get on the podcast, because it's kind of like a mutuality delight. We've got to be able to delight in it, but we've got to be able to convince that we can have our customers delight in it.
Exactly.
Within those, creativity, innovation, communication.
Yep. And then the other one is excellence.
Excellence.
Excellence is not an option.
Good stuff. That's good.
Well, Drew, we want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. For those who want to learn more about Kangabloo, and I guess it might change a little bit as you rebrand, but what's the best way for them to get a hold of you now?
Yeah, so the website's always a great option. We're really quick on email and all the digital platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Vimeo, all that jazz.
All right, and that's just www.kangabloo.com?
Kangabloo.com.
All right, great. Hey, until next week, stay safe. Remember, you can catch all of our podcasts on iTunes, on Google Play, on SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio. You can go to we've changed it again. I keep getting it wrong. It's shrimptankpodcast.com/Arkansas. And until next week, stay safe. And remember, to become a shark in the business world, we all start out as shrimp.